but you know, just as time was, I wasn't able to continue playing that game for a while. I had to finish with the hacks. But I've done them now, so I'm going to get back to it. I want to finish this game. I don't think we'll be able to do one case per stream. That would be amazing. We probably only got through the first one because, you know, it was the first one. It was just a little bit shorter, as is the tendency in Ace Attorney games. I know this isn't an Ace Attorney game, but it's very much inspired by. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to this. I hope you guys are enjoying the jazz music. All the jazz music in this game is written by, partially at least, by Insane in the Rain, who is one of my favourite YouTubers just in general. His music is peak. So I'm really glad to be playing this game and appreciating more of his delicious music. But yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? I've got a button here. We've got this loadout. Look at that. I remember this loadout. This loadout was a thing that was going on. So I believe we do actually have to hit new game because our load game, your sort of games are loaded by rather than, it's not a continuous save file. It's like you actually new game per different investigation, which is interesting for me. Wasn't expecting that. Well, I could actually just jump to the end, but obviously we're not going to. But you know, it's possible to you to start on the last case. But yeah, we did this one. We met, you know, plenty of the main characters I'm expecting to keep meeting. I decided on voices for many of them and ones that I'll try to keep up with. I believe I was Irish for Tyrion and French for who I'm guessing is basically Gumshoe in this. The sort of, he's more gruff and I think he's going to be a more deep character, but he's effectively Gumshoe. I didn't get to. I don't think there were too many other ones apart from that. The judge is just like a kind of character, which is fun. It's fun, but also stupid. I've just realised this might be a little bit too small. I'm gonna edit this real quick so you can see my face a little bit better. Yeah, because I remember now when it was just me and my friend. We oopsie daisy, that was too far off the screen. Yeah, when it was just me and my friend, we didn't really edit the we didn't zoom in on my face because just a little bit difficult. Also, like, just take it a wee bit off the side. That looks good. That looks better. That looks like something. Cool. But let's get started, shall we? I don't want to waste any more time. I'm looking forward to start the game from episode 2. You know what? Maybe I will. You can't tell me what to do, but maybe I will do that. Turn that up a little bit more. Wallace Nightgrave. Do we have a voice for this man? Occupation student, age 16. I don't think we did. Arcane art is necromancy. Ooh, I have a feeling that's what this case is going to be about. Is he going to sound like a prepubescent boy? Because he's 16, and that's basically a child. I'm going to say yes. Let me go! Ooh, I love that background. I'm not going anywhere until I see her. Oh, look, he's even got the... Oh, poor baby. I'm sorry, Wallace, but she's already passed. There was nothing more they could have done. How? This academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. Are you telling me that they couldn't do anything? Her condition was much worse than I thought. The kingdom's magic isn't advanced enough to treat something like this. Lucio Steelwind can rain meteors from the sky. William Frigga can teleport entire caravans across the continent. Are you telling me that your mages couldn't cure one disease? I'm sorry, I truly am. Emily. She's dead as fuck. Oh, the Walking Dead. He's about to resurrect her. Oh no. Don't do this. It might be alright. I'm interested in one day seeing like a universe where necromancy isn't treated as like, you know, the worst possible crime as it is in most sort of fantastical universes. I'm interested in seeing one where it's like, you know, just regular magic. People are always resurrecting each other. Why wouldn't they? There's no downsides. I'm interested in a fantastical world where that's the case. I'm sorry, Celeste, but there's no way out of this. It's Tyrion, so he's Irish. I don't have a voice for her. Oh, it's the title screen music. God damn it. Okay. Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between you two. You can see her eyes quickly dart from piece to piece. Just give me a second. I can win this. Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. Just surrender. Just surrender. She ignores you and continues staring at the pieces. There! What about that? Chickmeat. Damn it! Would you two keep it down? We are in a library. Tamora glances at the chessboard. I hope you didn't spend the entire morning playing around. I've been working hard, Ruby. I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here. Well, at least there's that. What about you, Cuthbert? Well... You flustered stammering tells you exactly how much progress you've made. I couldn't find any subjects about the... I couldn't find any books about the subjects we've been looking into. Spent the entire day combing through the Kingdom's Imperial Library, researching the Eye of Horus. During Celeste's trial, you awakened to a new ability that you've never used before. Up until then, you thought that the Eye could only see surface-level thoughts. But during that moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and you could see far more than usual. You told Mr. Moore about what happened, and it made you both wonder what other hidden abilities the Eye might have. You both decided it's time to find out more about the Eye and its origins. This library supposedly holds the Kingdom's entire knowledge of magic and the arcane arts. Am I looking the right way? By the way, I guess I'm looking this way. That's not the best. Maybe I should move this. I'm looking down at it. Do that. Let's move over here. Put it right there, and then we'll move just a wee bit over. Yeah? We have a chat box in this. I don't think we put a chat box here. We did. We absolutely did do that. Move that as well. Hopefully that won't be in front of any text, but let me know if it is. And I'll move it again. I don't think there's anything else. I might put the... No, I like this minimalist look. I don't want to keep... I don't want to make it too messy. But you couldn't find a single mention of any ability like the Eye. Does the Kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it? Or do we need to look somewhere else? Are you sure that you can't tell me what you're researching? I've travelled around the world. I might have seen something like it. You entertain the thought for a moment, but you haven't known it for very long. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell compendium. Why is she still with us, by the way? Are they given a reason why she's sticking around? I mean, sure. You've always been wary about what the Kingdom might do if they ever found out about it. Where did I find it? Sorry, it's not something I can really talk about. Fine. If I had to guess, I would say they're looking into supernatural phenomena. Ah! You must necessarily jump out your chairs. Look over to where the voice came from. She appears to be a student at the academy. Damn, she has piercing eyes. I like her eyes. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Hey Sticky Spirit, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well yourself. How long was she there? You didn't notice her presence at all. I also feel like she looks oddly familiar. Yeah, she was in the like vision we had, I think. I need like a really creepy voice for her. I'm terribly sorry if I startled you. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. When the girl approaches your table, you see another student frantically running after her. Eris, you can't just... I'm so sorry. It's fine, Wallace. I'm sorry, but who are you two? Sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Eris Ilmater. Hello, occupation student. That's not an occupation! Do you know what occupation means? And this is Wallace Nightgrave. We're both students here. Hi. Another idiot who doesn't know what an occupation means. You don't get paid for being a student. That's not your occupation. Might be what you do day to day, but you don't. It's not your occupation. You are occupied with it, perhaps. Not to be rude, but that was a private conversation. How much did you hear? I wonder. Reading about the supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. She's got stitched up hands. That's never a good sign. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert. And what makes you sure that it is what we were researching? Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assumed that his research had something to do with the supernatural. With a piercing side glance from Mr. Moore. You avoid eye contact with her. But anyways, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Of course, I'd be happy to help. I missed that. Fine, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Just remember to show some discretion, Tyrion. Right. Hello. Can we move anywhere? Nope. Can we present anything? Do you like this? What do you think about this, Eris? You're already resorting to presenting me things. We've only just started. I really think you're overthinking things. What? Or do you simply want to see all the unique things that I have to say? Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint. Oh god, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not some script for you to toy around with. Oh goodness gracious. That's, yeah, this, yep, This is a portrait. Feel free to try again later, though. Not exactly sure what she's talking about. That was fun. I like that. They added that in for fun. I can check anything out. It's Globe of the World. It's amazing how many other nations there are aside from Wyvern. I've been to most of these places. You should come with me next time, Tyrion. That's a nice thought. That is nice. It's a holy text of some sort. Must be related to the Church of Bahamut. What? The Church of Bahamut? The library is full of books for educational purposes. Been combing through these books all morning. I can't say what other purpose do books serve, but I suppose there's many. It's a table for students to sit at. You've been sitting there with Celeste all morning. Oh, we're not students! How do we get into this library? There's some sort of notice taped to one of the shelves. Due to constant misuse of the Arcane construct's voice systems, voice lines can now only be sent by Headmaster Redmond. You wonder what it's referring to. I bet those were pranks. I like it. Cool, let's talk. So you two are students at the Imperial Academy? Yes, I'm currently studying illusion magic. Illusions, that's the kind of magic that lets you turn invisible, right? Technically, yes, but few mages can ever reach a level high enough for that. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I'm not able to cast invisibility. I know, right, lol. That's still pretty cool. What about you, Wallace? Wallace has his own unique field of study. Oh, probably not your place to pry. Yeah, why are we talking to you? You're 100% prying. Everyone is talking about you two. Really? It's rare for your school to let any outsiders in. There we go, I got it. That makes sense, this library isn't exactly open to the public. You only ever get access to it because of Mr. Moore's connections. We only ever get occasional visits from the noble houses. So I was curious as to who would be able to break this dull monotony. But well, I'm a mercenary. I'm Matt Mercer, but now I work as Tyrion's bodyguard. Okay, there we go. Mercenary? After her trial, it turned out Celeste was more capable of affording your services. However, Mr. Morrow has still proposed a different arrangement. After indicting Garrick Pierce, you painted a large target on your back. With Celeste being a mercenary and with Celeste being Matt Mercer, I can't say that word, Mr. Morrow decided to hire her as your bodyguard. She figured you would be more comfortable around someone you're already friends with. Anyways, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney? My apologies, it's just not what I was expecting. What's that supposed to mean? Supernatural phenomena. I wonder why you'd be researching such a thing. Yes, I want to know too. I'm sorry, but I really can't see. Regardless, there are many spells in the world. So why were you so convinced that this phenomenon wasn't produced by a spell? What we're looking into doesn't really seem to follow the classic rules of magic. Oh, how so? Please tell me. It was created by someone who's not a mage. Oh, really? You're saying that this was something created by a person? Those came out your mouth before you realized it. A small apologetic look back to Mr. Moore. That does remind me of a story. A story? Mr. Cuthbert, do you know the legend about how the kingdom of Wyvern was created? What, is it Wyvern Jade? Wyvern Gade? Wait, what do they say there? That wasn't what they called it up until now, was it? Yeah, Wyvern Gade. Have we called it that before? I don't want to scroll up too far. I wonder if that's a typo. You mean the story about the ancient dragons? The ancient what? Tell me about the ancient dragons. So Wyvern Guard. Oh, that is Wyvern Guard. That was a typo. We found a typo. Haha. Your game's terrible. I'm just kidding. This game's great. Wyvern Guard was a story about ancient dragons. It's only about one ancient dragon. The Church of Bahamut refers to him as the Scared Lord. I'm sure you've even heard people mention him before. Legends say that the first mages were created centuries ago by him. He created mages? Or did he just give people magic? Or he just molded them? You will be the one that casts spells, and you will be shapely. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, is that him? At that time, our kingdom was caught in the middle of a brutal war. With no way to defend ourselves, the kingdom was on the brink of destruction. Our people prayed to Bahamut, the god of dragons, for salvation. And almost as if to answer our prayers, Rathalion, the last Scared Lord, appeared before them. The Scared Lord bestowed the gift of magic on a band of heroes who were fighting on the front lines. With that magic, these heroes utterly overtook the kingdom's enemies and single-handedly won the war. They said that these heroes went on to form the noble houses of today. I wonder how much of that is true. What a load of nonsense. That story is nothing but religious propaganda to prop up the noble houses. Regardless, the significance of this legend is the Scared Lord himself. Do you mean Rathalion? Rathalion bestowed the power to become a mage on several individuals, and to this day that power can only be passed down genetically. Can you think of an arcane spell that could produce something like that? No, I suppose not. Rathalion must have had powers that weren't bound by the rules of the arcane arts. In other words, he could create supernatural phenomena without following the rules of magic. Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So yeah, whoever gave the person, whoever gave the first person the ability to cast spells must have used something that was not technically a spell yet, because it hadn't been made. So they were granted something which was effectively new, with something else that had existed before that wasn't the same. I like that. That's an interesting concept to play around. Because that could apply to basically any fantastical concept, right? Like, I don't know, if you went to, like, Lord of the Rings and you asked Gandalf where he got his magic from, he might just say it was genetic or something, or he trained in it. But that training must have been on something that existed before, right? I don't know. It's an interesting idea to think about. Where did the magic come from, and therefore where did that originate from? I don't know. It's a sort of chicken and egg situation, actually, because you can just keep going. But anyway, yeah, I think it's cool. Do you honestly expect us to believe a story like that? It's completely unrealistic. As unrealistic as a non-mage using supernatural powers. She has a point. It's a far-fetched theory, but it's honestly the closest thing you have to a lead right now. Of course, it would be you lot making a lot of this noise. Hello. Suddenly, a woman who appears to be an instructor approaches you. She looks upon each of you with an equal amount of disdain. Professor Bellwether! Occupation professor? Now that's an occupation! You can earn money doing that! Hello, Catherine. That is oh, no, that's not her voice. That is Professor Bellwether to you. But didn't he just call you? I knew letting you rabble into our walls would lead to nothing but trouble. You've even started associating with our malcontents. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, take it up with him. I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that. Wallace. Yes? How am I supposed to understand you when you're stuttering? Yes, Professor Bellwether. Straighten out your uniform and fix that awful hair. You look like a street urchin. But I suppose it's unreasonable to expect anything more. Why do people keep glitching out in this? I'll be on my way. Can we check that? No, we can't even see that. We can't. I think she was about to speak to. Is it Eris? Something? What's the name? It is Eris. Eris Illmater. I keep forgetting people's names. She was about to reprimand Eris. I think Celeste was about to do something like similar to that earlier. I wonder if Eris can stop people from affect reality in a way. It's scary. A bit glitchy. I like it. What a bitch. Correct. Celeste! Oh, come on. We were all thinking it. Anyways, with that out of the way, shall we begin? What? Why do you keep detecting fear from Celeste? Wallace, you've finished this week's assignment, haven't you? Would you mind helping Celeste with her research? I don't know. Now that you mention it, I could really use some help finding a specific spell formula. You know your way around here, right, Wallace? Okay. Oh, he's blushing. Don't worry, Miss Tamora. Oh no, sorry, I'm speaking Irish. I'll be more careful from now on. Please do. I still have some business to take care of here, so I'll leave you all to it. Spend the next few hours researching through the library's books with Eris. You hadn't thought to look into the ancient dragons, and the library had books about them in abundance. There's one problem, though. There are lots of myths and stories about the ancient dragons, but it's pretty difficult to tell fact from fiction with these accounts. It can't be helped. The Church of Bahamut is a dominant religion of our kingdom. The only physical evidence left by the dragons are the bones displayed in museums. Except for Rathalion, possibly. I wonder if he's still alive, like you said. I wouldn't be surprised. Besides, despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government. Wait, really? As the savior of our kingdom, he and his kin were given an honorary position on our political hierarchy. The ancient dragon's authority technically rivals that of King Olivier. Olivier? Okay. Wow, I had no idea. How have I never heard of this before? To be honest, I thought it was just a way to revere him and appease the church. Oh, Rathalion couldn't possibly be any worse than the nobility. Wonder where he is then. Ah! You're stuck in your own thoughts as you accidentally bump into a bookshelf. The shelf begins to tip over and you're able to catch it before it fully falls over. But not before several books fall out of their shelves. And I bet one falls out and opens to the page we want us to look at. They hit the ground with a cacophony of thuds. Some students glance in your direction. Be quiet! Sorry! Be quiet! Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening. Hey, are you okay? I heard a loud whoa that the piles are full of books. What did you do? Forget that, just help me clean this up. Ah, there's no need for that. Construct. I require assistance. Oh, construct. I acknowledged. Ah, what? Upon Eris's command, one of the nearby suits of armor suddenly springs to life and begins walking towards you. The voice coming out of it sounds human, but it lacks emotion. Why does it sound familiar? Wait, did you do that, Eris? Yes, this is an arcane construct. It's a suit of armor that's animated using artificery. They're designed to carry out various tasks with the students. Okay. Cool, yeah. Suits of armor made animated using artificery. They can carry out simple tasks in order to. The ones in the Imperial Academy speak using the voice of Catherine Bellwether. Ah, so it's her. Okay. These voice lines can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy headmaster. That's going to be super important, I bet. Every command given to the construct is stored in its command log. However, this command log can be must be cleared regularly. So I bet, one, that we're going to have to reference the fact that the voice lines can only be changed by the headmaster, and two, this log of things they've said, I think the commands that they've been given, we're also going to have to reference at some point. Really? I didn't know anything like that existed. They're still experimental, so they haven't been available to the public yet. With that being said, construct, please place these books back where they belong. Acknowledged. I'm still going to just do like typical robot voice for them. On Eris's command, the construct begins quickly picking up the books. Moves with inhuman efficiency. After only a few seconds, all of the books are back on the shelves. Wow, so they do whatever you tell them to? Well, there are some limits too. Construct, tell me that I'm the fairest maiden you've ever seen. Command rejected. Oh, what? I guess they're not allowed to lie. Oh, you feel a sharp pain in your side as Celeste quickly jabs you. The construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change those settings. Artificery that can record audio. Never heard of anything like it. But you just said they were experimental, right? Maybe if I keep asking it, it'll just give up and do it. I would advise against that. Even if the commands are rejected, they're still stored in the construct's command logs. Anyway, we should probably get back to work. Fine. You read more about the ancient dragons. Okay, so our book didn't open on the exact page we needed. I can't believe it. But most of the stories read more like fables than actual historical accounts. I don't like that I don't feel like I'm making any progress. Suddenly you hear a thunderous low-pitched sound blare across the room. Sounds like a high-pitched horn, but with its volume turned up to unnatural levels. But what? Celeste, did you hear that? Ah, how can I not? What is that? You didn't touch anything you weren't supposed to, right? What? Of course not. It finally stopped. Eris, wasn't that the lockdown system? Yes, I believe so. Lockdown system. The Academy is outfitted with a large artificery system. In the state of emergency, it will erect magical barriers throughout the building. State of emergency? Should we be worried? Don't worry. The lockdown is designed to keep everyone safe. We're safe as long as the barriers are up. But Miss Tamora, she said she was going to do something on campus. I'm terribly sorry. This voice echoed through the library. Sounds like it's being projected magically. It's the headmaster. He's using the intercom system, and he sounds just like me for some reason. Let me change his voice. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There's been a murder on the academy grounds. What? Please stay where you are and wait for law enforcement to arrive. Damn it, we have to get out of here. I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated. Oh, well, we won't know until we try. Run to the entrance and begin frantically pulling on the door's handle. Try to pull all your strength into prying open, but it doesn't even budge. Tyrion, stop! Whoa, that's a face. What is this face? Tyrion, stop! But what? Mr. Moore! I know that you worry about her, but there's already been a murder. We don't know where the attacker is or if they're still harmed. Best thing we can do right now is stay here and wait. She's definitely not done this face before. She's right. Damn it! Celeste's hand rests on her sword. Her eyes are carefully watching the entrance. Oh wow! We've been here for hours, and she still hasn't stopped watching the door. She was also able to calm you down earlier. Easy to forget sometimes, but she's always reliable when it really counts. What? I feel like the shape of her face changes when she does that face. What? Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown has been lifted. However, please remain in the building until... The master is barely finished with his message before you're out the door. She looks kind of scary. She does, yeah, she does. Tyrion, hey, don't go off on your own. You might die! You desperately run through the academy hallways. No, Mr. Moore! Mr. Moore, where are you? You have no idea where you're even going anymore. You can feel your fear and anxiety rise with each passing moment. Where is she? Where is she? Cuthbert? What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Mr. Moore! Calm down, you're hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder and... I've been looking all over for you. I can't keep doing the Irish for some reason. And you were worried about me? Are you just... You hug Mr. Moore tightly as you're overcome with emotion. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't give a shit. You're just relieved that she's safe. Tyrion, there you are! And you're crying. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you so much. We heard the announcement. Do you know what happened, Ruby? I called her Celeste earlier for some reason. That's not the right voice at all. I do, but... You see Mr. Moore glance at Wallace for a brief moment. For now, I think we should head to the foyer. Oh, did the boy do something? You arrive at the foyer and see the room swarmed with a legion of familiar knights. Who's this guy? Just looks like a bum. I like it. Is that the Inquisition? Don't tell me. The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Someone used magic. Hey, you're there! As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you and begins marching in your direction. I know for a fact that there is a person living, there is a living being on the planet who does not like my French voice for Mr. White, and to you I say, I don't give a shit. You get to listen to it anyway. As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you, but his attention isn't focused on you. Are you Wallace Nutgrave? Yes, but... By the authority of the Wyvern Crown, I am placing you under arrest. Hey, what are you doing? You three? What the hell are you doing here? You said he was under arrest. On what charges? This kid is charged with the murder of Catherine Bellwether. Oh my god, the teacher? She's dead? I'm fine with the voice. Good. And it wouldn't matter either way. What? Wasn't that the professor you met in the library earlier? Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There's no way he could have murdered her. Move aside, Celeste. But Mr. Moore is right. If Wallace is the suspect, we can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him. No! Don't worry, Wallace. We'll get to the bottom of what happened. Without a word, Wallace allows the Inquisition to drag him away. My apologies. I'm going to go check on him. I don't think they'll let you do that. You do what you do. This is terrible. I still don't understand. Why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicides, this school is filled with plenty of mages. There has to be a long list of suspects. Isn't there something we can do? I'm going to go investigate what happened. Cuthbert. Yes. He hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if you'll be working this case. But I know that he's innocent. I just can't stand here and do nothing. Sorry, well, I clearly can't stop you. But please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. It's almost like your occupation. You get paid to do it, unlike these students whose occupation is not being a student. We'll move on, but I'm furious. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. All right. Anyways, I still have some business to take care of in the city. Will you two be okay handling this yourself? Yes, we can handle this. Good. I'll leave everything to you then. All right, let's go, Celeste. Right. Will I save your progress? Yeah. All right. I mean, actually, there's no real reason to not save over this, I suppose. Like, I'd never start here again, so yeah, fuck it. I like how quick that save menu is, by the way. That's a really fast save menu. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. How many hours have passed in this day? I swear we spent a couple of hours here, then we spent a couple of hours looking around with Eris, and another couple of hours in lockdown, and now another couple of hours with looking around for Wallace's shit. How many couples of hours have passed? What time is it? We were here for most of the day anyway. You and Celeste were with him during lockdown, so the Inquisition had to take your statements, but the more they questioned you, the more you could tell they had doubts about your testimony. You will need to do more work if you want to establish an alibi for Wallace. That took longer than expected. We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition, but we should be free to roam around now. Where should we go first? The crime scene sounds like a good start. We'll need to figure out exactly what happened. We said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. 2B or not 2B? Well, whoever died clearly was going to do the latter. It's in the west wing of the school. Alright, that sounds like a good place to start. Talk to you first, though. I hope Wallace is okay. He looked really scared when Commander White arrested him. Don't worry, we'll find out what really happened. First you need to inspect the crime scene. Let's present you some shit. What do you think about this? You don't give a shit. What about this? You don't give a shit. What about yourself? Present. Now that I think about it, this is the first case we've worked together. It's kind of fun seeing you work through everything. And it's a lot calm when you were then working as a mercenary. What did you do as a mercenary? Mostly just fought things and collected bounties. Bandits, goblins, dinosaurs, you know how it is. Dinosaurs? I'm not entirely sure she was joking about the dinosaurs. I think she may have been. What about me? Tyrion, now that I think about it, this is the first... Oh, that's the same thing. Okay, that's fine. How about this girl? I didn't expect Steelwind to be working this case too. We didn't know that yet. He appears to be prosecuting the cases brought forth by the Inquisition. We'll probably be seeing a lot more of her in the future. Ooh, okay. About Ruby. What do you think about this? Oh, that's nothing. Okay, alright, cool. You. We really don't know much about Wallace. Regardless, we know that he has a solid alibi for the murder. There's no way that he killed Bellwether. You really believe in your clients, don't you? Of course, I'll never stop fighting for what's right. Also, he was fucking with us when it happened. But is that really... What? Never mind. Okay. Alright. How about this girl? Oh, Eris. My friend was falsely accused. I missed the end of that. Hope she's doing okay. Yeah, me too. Hear from her again. Is she scared of Eris? That way. Okay, nothing. Right, that's enough. Oh, next lead. What should you think? The first thing we need to do is find out exactly what happened. Mr. Moore said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. We should start our investigation there. I know that. Right. Wait. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, cool, okay. Sorry, I keep clicking too quickly. Oh, there's a dead body. Oh, that looks silly again. Hey, stop right there. Tried to enter the classroom and shot by one of the Inquisition Knights. I'm the defense attorney for the accused. We have a right to investigate the crime scene. Yeah, from what I'm heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet. Right, you haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet. It's quite alright. Oh, yeah, so Arya, she's just here now. I'm supposing this is where am I supposed to learn that she's the accusatory party. God, what's it called? I forget. Something. Anyway. I'll do that voice. That seems alright. It's quite alright. Let them in. Lady Steelwind! Do not call me that. While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind. That's the word. Yes, look, Prosecutor Steelwind. Ah, what's that smell? As you enter the classroom, you find yourself inhaling a sour and rancid odor. The stench is so overwhelming that your eyes begin to tear up. Don't worry. You'll eventually get used to the smell. What are you even doing here, Stillwind? I'm here to coordinate the investigation. Look around the crime scene, there isn't a single Inquisition knight in the room. Isn't that the Inquisition's job? Due to the circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally. Well, since you've got here, could we ask you some questions about what happened? Can I assume that you're planning to defend this case? That would make you my opponent. What do I have to gain from helping you? But right. However, I would be willing to answer your questions. But only if you answer some of mine as well. Oh, okay. Actually, possibly want to ask you. I've never really understood. I suppose I understand from, like, an occupational idea why prosecutors and defense attorneys treat each other as opponents. But that's just money. Surely if the characters are, like, both in a good moral sort of standpoint, they would be like, yeah, let's figure this shit out. Right? They would be like, you know, let's discuss. Why not? That's what court is. I suppose that maybe they should leave it for court. I don't know. Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. This is our first official case together. I wanted to show you something I learned. Okay, what is it?
Arcanum.
Repario Arcanum? Well, what was that? That is the incantation for the Detect Magic spell. Ah, that's a classic D&D spell. Detect Magic. Wait, what does that mean? Yep, we can see magical traces while we're examining crime scenes now. That's cool. Celeste can now cast the Detect Magic spell. I cannot speak while I'm doing this hack. Not hack, while we're playing this game. While examining a location, press the Detect Magic button to make magical traces visible. If there are any magical traces at your location, you'll see a coloured overlay. Cool. Let's have a quick look around first. I can't believe the professor is dead. I just saw it this morning. There's a chalk outline around where the body was. It appears that most of this blood came from her abdomen. That's where the fatal wound was. There's a lot of blood in this puddle, but there's no trail leading to it. There aren't any magical traces anywhere else in the room. How did the murderer use magic to clean it? Does that mean that the murderer attacked her in this room? Maybe, but it's hard to say for certain. Blood stain on the body. A pool of blood where Catherine's brother's body was. The location implies that she bled from her abdominal area. Okay. Window. The lecture hall has a window with a view. I could just stare outside all day if I had to attend class here. You're not much of a student, are you? Ugh, you just can't spend hours sitting in one place. You need to move around. She was pretty antsy while you were studying in the library earlier. How have you learned so many spells if you're so distractible? I don't know, I just learned the spell formula and cast stuff. I see. Is that not normal? I bet she's a genius at it. Hello! It's a painting of some sort of musician. Some text written below it. Dr. Nicholas Gousseau, inventor of the Arcane engine. Work revolutionized trade and travel across the seas. He was well known for not discriminating between the common folk and the nobility, judging his assistants purely based on their merit. When he wasn't conducting research within the Imperial Academy, he was known to compose symphonies for the king in his free time. I bet that's another contributor. I like it. This must be where the students sit during the lectures. I can't imagine sitting in one place all day. Have you never attended a school before? No, we never had a proper school in Cornhaven. I mainly got my education from books that my parents bought while traveling merchants. What about you? I used to attend a public school in my hometown. After Miss Tamora adopted me, she handled my education personally. Oh yeah, they don't like each other, do they? Oh, they have books here too. They appear to be textbooks about alchemy. Ah, lame. Cool, good stuff. I think that's everything? Detect magic.
Arcanum.
Yeah, cool. There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body. We believe that the suspect donned an illusionary disguise immediately after murdering the victim. Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed. Isn't the murder, the real killer must have used a similar disguise, which means no one would be able to see them leave this classroom. This is still okay. Cool, so they were in a disguise. Interesting. Or they used some sort of disguise spell. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're in a disguise, but we might be wrong. What? What's wrong? There's a trace of necromancy on the body. Necromancy? Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? So she's just not going to get up and walk away, right? We're honestly not sure. That's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here. But what does that have to do with Wallace? Oh, you didn't know? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer. He's a what? We believe that he used a necromancy spell to completely drain her life force. That's why there were no visible wounds. Here is the autopsy report. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Died at 2:01 p.m. Bodies show no signs of cuts or bruising. The alchemist's report has verified that the death was not caused by poison or disease. Body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely caused by necromancy magic. That's interesting. But why would she bleed so much then? I bet she was killed by stabbing, or something like that. She was made to bleed in some way. She was punctured. But not in a sexy way. And then whoever killed her used necromancy to fix the corpse. Maybe? So that they couldn't tell what killed her. But she was still dead. Maybe? Don't know. It's possible. But in the modern day, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. They're all on the edge about what other spells he might have used. So I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body. Can't believe it, you've heard stories of necromancers before. Why would Wallace be studying something like that? But even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of other mages who can cast necromancy spells? This is an academy for mages after all. No, there are no laws against it, but the knowledge required to learn necromancy is heavily controlled. No one in their right mind would dare teach necromancy beyond basic healing magic. There is healing then. Okay. Frankly, I'm surprised even one student at the school was allowed to learn it. I can see why. But because of this specific piece of evidence, we now know that he's the murderer. Still too convenient, so she barely believes it either. Okay. First time we've seen a thought from Steelwind. Normally you can only see thoughts from people who are stressed or excited. Now that Miss Steelwind is excited, so something caused her to be stressed? Is there something you're not telling us, Steelwind? If something tells me that this case isn't as straightforward as you claim it is. If you truly believe that, well then why don't you prove it? Yeah, I can't see any more thoughts from her. She must be subconsciously guarding her mind now. She's clearly hiding something. Cool, I like that though. Good stuff, cool. This game's great. Miss McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted. Would you happen to know who your birth parents are? Hey, isn't that too personal of a question? You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you? But what? I didn't think you meant... It's fine, Tyrion, I'm fine with answering if it helps Wallace. Sad. I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them. I see. If I recall correctly, your spell compendium only contained one spell. Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Mage Blade in the first place? I bought a scroll from a merchant a few years ago. It had Mage Blade's spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today. I'm sorry, spells? As in plural? How long did it take you to learn these spells? A few hours, I think. She's a fucking genius. I can tell. Learn multiple spell formulas within a few hours? Or was that just now? Right, excuse me. I need more drink. I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask now. Okay. Sharing information about the investigation for that. Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? I can't take it anymore. That smell is driving me crazy. What is that? From what I understand, there was a bit of an accident a few days ago. Happened during one of the classes that the headmaster was teaching. He misread the instructions for an alchemy experiment. As a result, he accidentally produced this rancid smelling vapor. That's going to be very important. Vapor? It's not poisonous, is it? Of course not. I won't be standing here if it were. It's extremely unpleasant to the senses. Headmaster performed an alchemy experiment incorrectly in Lecture Hall 2B. The resulting chemical reaction produced a rancid yet harmless vapor that still lingers in the room. I'm kind of suspecting the headmaster. I have a feeling this was on purpose. This particular thing, I've got a feeling it's on purpose. I don't know. Could be. Murder. Do you know what happened here, Steelwind? Well, it all began when the City Watch received a call from the Academy. Firstly, there was an attack on campus grounds and the entire building was put on lockdown. City Watch set up a perimeter around the building while they waited for the system to deactivate. Oh, there's another thing I thought of. Surely the headmaster of a magic school would know a lot of spells, including necromancy. And so, I can't think of another character who's had 2 arcane arts listed, so maybe he knows necromancy and a bit of illusion as well. Maybe that's why he accepted the student, Wallace even, so he could, as someone to pin this necromancy murder on. What theories? I've got theories. Set up a perimeter around the building while they waited for the system to deactivate. What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once the scene was secure? I'm not sure about the specifics, but supposedly the lockdown can't be shut down manually. You have to ask one of the Academy's admins if you want to know more. Anyways, you two were also present during the lockdown, am I correct? Did either of you see anything suspicious? No, but we actually met the professor that morning. She was still alive then. I see, that does match with the accounts from our other witnesses. Do you have any idea where she went after she left the library? Headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have any issue with that, take it up with him. I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that. Oh yeah, she was going to the headmaster. Another thing. I suspect the headmaster. I'm a mad sus on him. She said that she was going to meet with the headmaster. He also mentioned that when I questioned him. She attended the meeting as planned. Headmaster went with Bellworthy, who probably want to speak with him next. She must have found her way into this classroom afterward. Would you happen to have a map of the academy? I do. I have extra copies if you would like one. I've got some pamphlets for you. What is it? There's only one direct path from the headmaster's office to this lecture hall. But I wonder if she took any detours. Okay. We can check that. Can we look at that? It just says map. I can't actually check it. That's a shame. Not spelled or anything yet. He's dead. I'm sussing this headmaster, but until we meet him, I don't know. You know how the body was discovered? 2 members of the kitchen staff spotted her collapse inside this classroom. They reported the situation to the campus admin while they attempted to save her life. But it was too late. The professor had already passed away by the time any healers arrived. Those 2 staff members, who were they? I believe their names were Valentina, and Valerie Lanus. Lanus? Ianus? Is that Ianus? I think that must be Ianus. Anus. They're apparently sisters. Orm was the one who collected their statements. Did he notice anything off about the behavior? Well, he said they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious. Quirks? He told me that they were running and spinning around him during questioning. What does that mean? I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after just finding their co-worker murdered. Okay. Body was discovered in Lecture Hall 2 by Valentina and Valerie Ianus, 2 members of the kitchen staff. According to Commander Orem White, they were being hyperactive during questioning. I wonder if they would gone like... What if they had a spellcast on them that made them go insane? Maybe. I've already told the Inquisition about this, but Wallace was with us the entire time. He couldn't have committed the murder. Yeah, he has a perfect alibi. Long, maybe, but his alibi is far from perfect. Miss McCoy herself told us that there was a small time period when she wasn't with him. What? Right, which is when I came to check on you after you knocked over that shelf. I got a little lost on my way back to Wallace. But still, we only lost each other for a few minutes. I don't know why I went Irish with her for a bit. That may be, but unless his alibi is airtight, the evidence in this room proves that it was him. What do you mean? It'll be easier to explain once you examine it yourself. Oh, he did that. Way ahead of you, baby. Can I, present the Take Magic? Right, so let's go to the headmaster's office. You follow the map that Steelwind gave you. You arrive at the headmaster's office. Hello there. No, I'll change his voice. I think I did like a hello there, but I think I'll do like an old man because he's got some graying hairs. This man is ancient and he's a dinosaur. Anyway, hello there. I wasn't expecting guests today. Sorry for coming unannounced. You must be... My name is Theodore Redmond. I'm the headmaster of the Wyvern Imperial Academy. My occupation is headmaster, which is something you actually get paid for. And judging from your appearance, you must be the protege of Ruby Tamora. To what do I owe the pleasure? They must be here to investigate the murder. Wait, Eris? I thought you went to see Wallace. Unfortunately, the Inquisition is questioning him right now. They aren't allowing visitors. He must be so scared right now. I hope he's okay. He had the same experience not too long ago. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Why is Eris in here with you? I have that question. Let's do some examination. It's a small table for guests. Is that wine? No, actually, it's just apple juice. Most of my guests are students, after all. Actually, we should probably talk to him first. I always examine and then talk, and I should talk and then examine. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, let's talk to you, and then we just walk away and start staring at things in the room. It doesn't make any sense. This is terrible. I think that one of my prize students will be accused of murder. You're 88 years old, my dude. You need to retire. We heard your voice in the on the intercom when the lockdown happened. Were you the one who triggered it? Yes, I activated when I received a call from one of the staff. They reported that Professor Bellwether had been attacked. Cool. How does the lockdown system work? It's an artificer-use network that covers the entire academy. In the event of an emergency, I can activate it using this stone. The headmaster pulls out a glowing stone from his desk. You hear the hum of magical energy emanating from it. It's like a sending stone, but rad. Once activated, the system creates magical barriers throughout the building. It's designed to contain and protect each room in the building. Could a powerful mage breach any of these barriers? I doubt it. Barriers can withstand a great amount of force. They even block mages from teleporting through them. Okay. And once activated, even I can't turn it off for an hour. Interesting. Magical barriers that isolate and protect each room in the building. Oh, I missed that. It probably will matter that they can block mages from teleporting through them. I feel like the hour thing matters, but it's not come up here as part of the description, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that was just something for fun. Cool. Can you tell me more about Wallace? Earlier you said that he was one of your prize students. Hey Ads, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you're having a good day. I just need to understand. So you're playing Tyrion. I love the game so much, Lamau. I'm so glad you've enjoyed the whole thing. You've played the whole game, right, haven't you? I don't know, obviously no spoilies. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I'm gonna like blitz it now that I finished all the hacks. Oh, by the way, Ads, I added some new... I need to make you a thingy, by the way. I forgot about that. I've been uploading videos to YouTube. I've started uploading the VODs, and I've also uploaded one of the first interview I did with the creators from the Hack Jam. Yes, I finished the whole game now. I'm not going to spoil it now, but if you need any tips, let me know. Yeah, so if you do exclamation mark new videos you've just done, you'll see a link that'll take you to the interview, which is quite fun. And I might be uploading more. I've got one interview already done as well after that. That I need to upload, but it might be in a couple of days. Why did the prosecutor say that he was a necromancer? Because technically he is one. Why would he study something like that? Necromancy is probably one of the most dangerous and most scrutinized schools of magic. I'll DM you a link to the stream walkthrough, which you'll want if you get stuck. Yeah, leave it, save it. Yeah, maybe, but I won't look at it. I promise. Obviously with. I mean, with Ace Attorney, I always have to look at walkthroughs because I'm not really that good at these games, but I'll try my best to get as far as I can without it. Its image has long been tainted by stories of dark wizards raising armies of the undead. However, it doesn't just control the forces of death, it also controls the forces of life. Forces of life? The truth is that healing magic is also classified as necromancy. Most healers don't care to admit it because of the stigma it has. That's why Wallace was studying it. He wants to become a doctor. Firstly, because they're easy enough, but also pretty tricky. Yeah. That's probably what I'm going to do with this as well, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to absolutely push as hard as I can to do it just by myself. But that's why Wallace is studying it. He wants to become a doctor. But there are plenty of mages who know healing magic. Why is Wallace being singled out? For years he's been studying necromancy beyond basic healing magic. He believes that high-level necromancy could revolutionize modern medicine. Unfortunately, many among the faculty don't see it that way. Wallace doesn't hail from a noble house. He's a mage that was born among the common folk. He's like me. Many of the faculty fear that he'll use his knowledge to reign armies of undead, just like the necromancers of old. The Imperial Academy isn't even permitted to teach it to students beyond basic healing magic. Then why did you allow him to study it? After everything that's happened to him, I made an exception. Everything that's happened to him? I'm not at liberty to say more. You'll have to ask him if you wish to know more. I mean, he might be executed soon, so we'll get there. If you plan on defending Wallace, you'll need his, what's that fucking? You'll need his spell compendium. Am I correct? Yes, having a client's spell compendium is instrumental to recruiting them. You'll find that a bit difficult. You see, after an incident, he destroyed his compendium. What? Why would he do that? Doesn't he need to use magic? A spell compendium is a device mages use to keep track of what spells they can cast. It's really convenient for remembering the formulas and incantations of your spells, but it's not actually required to use magic. I thought of destroying mine a long time ago, but they're really expensive. Luckily, I have an unattuned spell compendium right here. I'd be more than happy to give it to you if it helps Wallace. Oh, thanks. Why is she in this room? Wallace just needs to maintain physical contact with it for 10 minutes. After that, the compendium will attune to his magic. Just make sure you don't let another mage like Celeste hold it. Once it attunes to the mage, no one else can use it. Okay. For 10 minutes they will attune to the magic and display what spells they can cast once it attunes to a person. How many spell compendiums can one person have then? Does it update automatically? Does the same mage have to touch it again to re-update, or is it sort of psychically linked? Can one mage have like 100 different compendiums? I don't know. Oh wait. I don't like this girl. She keeps like bending reality on the people around her. I don't like it. It scares me. Wonderful. I hope you can persuade Wallace to attune to it. Yeah, that's not what you were gonna say. You were gonna question how she had that. And then she said, nah mate, you ain't doing that shit. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Yay, that's a lot of emotions. Where's Horny? Is Horny on here? Might be. All mess of emotions. She was rather unpleasant to work with. Can you think of any enemies she might have had? You might as well list everyone who attended this school. Yeah, Eris. It's best to be blunt with these sort of things. As you saw yesterday, she had a pretty abrasive attitude toward— Oh, yesterday? I thought it was all on the same day. Many people in this school did not care for her. Maybe she wasn't the nicest person, but that would be really enough to motivate someone to murder her. She'd often target and harass students, especially those who were from the common folk. Hello, Toby Otanabe. Onatabe? Otanabe? Toby Otanabe. We're gonna go with that because I like it. It sounds kind of Japanese. I don't know. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. She even made a habit of expelling their students for minor infractions. The common is magic can be our ticket out of poverty. I can't imagine how it'd feel to have that opportunity unfairly taken from you. Oh, by the way, Toby, you followed me 6 hours ago. I really appreciate that. And you actually hit my follower goal of 120, so I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've set a new one of 150, which might be a little bit, you know, biting off more than I can chew, but thank you very much. She put so much pressure on those students. Some of them even left the academy of their own volition. They couldn't handle her constant verbal abuse. And he's played some A13, but not loads, but I think he's enjoying it so far. Cool. Is that me? Is AA13 this? I don't know. Even then, would that really be enough motive to commit murder? The human psyche is a fragile thing. Astounding what someone might do when pushed far enough. I don't believe you're 16, by the way. What about her relationship with the faculty? In some cases, it was worse than with what the students... Oh, Ace Attorney. Right, okay, good. She'd often treat the staff like her personal servants. I'd received many complaints about them for her behavior. Sounds like this. I'm sorry if this sounds rude, but why didn't you just fire her if she was just such a big problem? She'd used her position to carry favor with the noble houses over the years. As you can imagine, the Academy's board is controlled by the nobility. If I ever tried to remove her, they would probably support her over me. Oh, I see. Tense relationship with just about everyone. History of bullying students, common folk, mistreating the Academy staff for several years. She used her position to carry favor with the noble houses. Right, so she was a bitch then. Good stuff. A certified bitch. Plenty of evidence that she was in fact a, an unequivocal bitch. I heard that you had a meeting scheduled with Professor Bellwether this morning. What time was this, and when did the meeting end? Our meeting was scheduled for noon. You arrived on time, and our meeting lasted until 1 p.m. Did anything seem off about her to you? No, she seemed to be her usual self. 1 p.m. You don't mind me asking, what was the purpose of your meeting? We met to discuss routine administrative matters. Despite our personal disagreements, we knew how to stay civil when discussing professional affairs. To be perfectly honest, it did always make me feel like I was treading on eggshells when speaking with her. You were a superior, weren't you? Didn't you respect your authority? We had many arguments about how I was managing the academy. She was very vocal about her distaste for the common folk students. She was difficult to say the least. Hold on. Where's the autopsy? She died. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You gifted. Okay, well gifted. You've gifted 46 gift subs, and you are far too kind to me. I don't really know what to say. Thank you very much. I might need to... Hold on. I might... Give me a second. I might quickly do this real fast, because I just feel like I'm a little bit low. That's better. And thank you to Toby for being as nuts about Tyrion Cuthbert as I am. Okay. Good stuff. I'm interested, because... When was the alarm sounded? Do we ever... my another one. Ads! I can't be dealing with this. Thank you very much. Oh, goodness gracious. We don't have a time when the alarm was sounded. Her body was... She died at 2:01. I wonder if necromancy magic can, like, reverse... My theory currently, my ongoing theory, it obviously wasn't Wallace. I think it was someone killed her and then used necromancy magic to heal the wound. And then just left her on the floor. I think the wound is going to be very important to how she died, because there was no wound left over on the body. I'm wondering if necromancy magic can, like, fool this. So this whole, like, died at 2:01 p.m. I'm wondering if that can be fooled by necromancy magic, or if that is sort of locked. I'm wondering, because my current theory is that she had this meeting at 1, and then he did the thing. He set the I think it was the headmaster. Even though he's 88 years old, I kind of think it was the headmaster, or someone in the room with the headmaster. I think the headmaster's part of it, because I think he set the alarm off when she went in the room at 1. An hour passed, and then she died at 2:01, and like he like immediately took her out and dragged her and then killed her in the place, and then necromanced the body to be healed a bit. I might be completely wrong, but that's where my head's at right now. I think necromancy can, like, fool it in a way. Congratulations to all the people who are subscribed. You can now use a couple more emotes. I really need to make it worth it to subscribe to me, because currently there's very little, but we'll get there. Alright, nothing else to talk about. Let's examine some of this room. Wow, 4 emotes. I know, it's crazy. I need to get more emotes. I need to ask my sister for some more of them. It's a painting of a maid, but she doesn't... sorry, let me correct that. I need to commission my sister for some more emotes, because I need more. Painting of a maid, but it doesn't quite look like a noble. Oh, that's Jason Steelwind, one of the chosen mages of the Scared Lord. Oh, really? Wait, Steelwind is in... Yes, he's the earliest recorded ancestor of House Steelwind. Legend said that the Scared Lord bestowed his power upon him and his allies to create the first mages. Wow, it's hard to even tell that he and the prosecutor belong to the same bloodline. I like this image. He's very chill. I like him. As with all the noble houses, House Steelwind has quite humble beginnings. If only they'd remember where they came from, yeah. That's probably another, Kickstarter guy. Like ads. Adam Evelyn, classic. It's a painting of someone. He looks like some sort of professor. That's Professor Lucas Gilbert. He was an instructor here many decades ago. He was well beloved by the students here. He was quite the accomplished scholar. I think all the portraits are Indiegogo backers. Are their names really whatever Steelwind and whatever this guy's name was? What was their name? Lucas Gilbert? That's a real person's name? I hope they're not watching. Since there were 20 redeems of that. Oh, dang. That's a lot of portraits. What's the other guy called? Jason Steelwind? Please don't tell me that was his real name. No one's real last name is Steelwind, surely. He studied magic without actually being able to use it. Yes, he was quite remarkable. Unfortunately, we lost him to illness very early in his life. Interesting. There's a fireplace with some burning wood. It looks pretty cozy. Cool. There's a window with a view of the garden. The headmaster has a nice view from up here. Interesting. I wonder if any of that's going to matter. Take magic.
Arcanum.
Okay. Cool. I'll take that as a no. Where should we go? We've been here. We haven't been in the kitchen yet. Maybe they agreed not to use their preferred name or something. Yeah, that's possible. I feel like Steelwind was definitely something they made up. I like it. Hello, is anyone there? Be right there. Oh, hello, you're adorable. Sorry, but the cafeteria is closed right now. Actually, we're here to investigate the murder. I heard that the two members of the kitchen staff discovered the body. Oh, that would be me. Oh, she's adorable. I'm Valentina Yanis. Occupation, kitchen staff. That's another occupation that's actually an occupation, unlike student. How about the other person? Do you know where they are right now? Oh, that would be my sister Valerie. I think she's somewhere else on campus right now. A few of those nights, we've already told them everything we know. Actually, we're investigating separately from them. I want to ask you some questions about what you saw. I'll have to remember those details again. That stressed her out, did it? Okay. This music is nice. To start, you can tell us about how you and your sister discovered the body. Right. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the west exit. You're 19? Piss off. We just spotted the professor in a nearby classroom. She was lying on the floor and bleeding. That upset you, did it? I used an emergency communication device to call for help. While I was doing that, my sister tried to wake her up. That would imply that Valerie thought that she could be resuscitated. Did she know if the professor was still alive or not? We're not sure, but she wasn't responding at all. Well, she wasn't breathing and she didn't have a pulse. Yeah, that's pretty classically dead, I should think. What do you know about the suspect in this case? His name was Wallace Nightgrave. He's a student here. He's that scary kid, right? The one that raises undead? Those are just rumours. He would never do something like that. But he studies necromancy, right? Have you ever actually met him? No, but I've heard the rumours. He's always hanging around the cemetery. I'm sure he's just biding his time, waiting for his chance to raise an army. Can't we help that people think of him that way? We can't help but be a little annoyed on his behalf. Yeah. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? I didn't like her. You know, another set of complicated emotions. Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore. 20 portraits, 4 statues, 2 character cameos, 1 main character. Oh, damn. Blimey. 1 main character? Really? Who's the main character? Actually, just tell me which case they're in so I remember, but... There's no point in hiding it anymore. She was a horrible person. She was really terrible to all of us. By all of us, do you mean the Academy staff? Yeah, she always treated us like her personal servants. Sometimes she'd make messes on purpose just so she could order us to clean it up. I can't actually do this voice this high anymore. I need some tea. I'll get there. This probably sounds terrible. I'm sure a lot of people are glad that she's gone. Just hope we can still keep our jobs. Huh? Why should we be worried about that? That is interesting. Well, I'm worried that she might be the murderer now. Keep your jobs. Did you ever feel like your job was at risk because of the Bellwether? Yes, actually. She was actually planning to fire all of the staff. All of the staff? That can't be true, can it? The Academy needs the staff to function. I'm not sure about the details. That's just what Jan told us. Who's Jan? He's one of the Academy custodians. You can probably find him cleaning the halls if you look around. He's in case 3, the main character in case 4. Case 4 is the main character. Okay, cool. Okay. Celeste, this room was close to the crime scene. Could you cast Detect Magic and scan for magical traces? She does not want that to happen. Sure. Scan for magical traces? I'll just get out of your way then. She's got something magical on her then. Oh, she just bolted out of the room. What was that about? Yeah, I don't trust her. I don't trusty. Ooh, it's a plate of bread. Probably serve these as sides to the entrees. Don't get any ideas, Tyrion. What? Remember when we went to the fancy restaurant? You just kept ordering breadsticks and butter. The breads are free! I might as well take advantage of it! You know eating that many carbs isn't good for you. Yeah. But I want the free bread! There's a large cooking station here. They must prepare meals in bulk here. Okay. There's a large sack of produce in the corner. There's some wine here too. That must be for the professors. There's a lot of play voices in the sack. There's a rack of cooking implements hanging from the wall. There's me at Hollister, UK restaurant with free unlimited salad and bread included. I actually went there again very recently, Ads. I went there with Smouty. He came to stay the night, and I went there again with him. I ordered the exact same thing because I am the most basic bitch you'll ever meet. Valentino must use these to cook for the students. Several commonly used ingredients are close to the cooking area. I already read that. Is there anything else? This? They must serve the students meals on these plates. Soon they have to close the kitchen due to the investigation. We need to catch up with the Valentina because I remember that the magical traces, they disappear after 20 hours, I think it was. So, I think we need to catch up with her, otherwise we'll lose that trace. It's a barrel full of some sort of drink. I wonder. Probably not lotus juice, Celeste. Oh, but maybe it's like illusion magic to make her appear younger. Oh, 48 hours? Okay, so we still have some time. I don't know where I got 20 from. Ah, is that magic? Alright, nothing in here. Shouldn't do that. Okay. Let me get some tea real quick, because my throat hurts already. So I'll be back in a second, but enjoy the jazz music for a while. Oh, I wasn't muted the whole time. What happened to my... Oh, I went to pre-stream. I'm an idiot. I went to pre-stream like a fool. I apologize. Smingle is actually kind of a professional. He did drama at college. That does not make me a good voice actor. That is fake news. Not bad. I didn't mute myself. Not bad. Nothing weird happened. Yeah, I do need my co-voice actor though, blimey. You doing all the female voices really did help me that day. Anyway, let's get back to it. I should really have been recording this stream. I need to remember to manually record my Twitch streams because otherwise I have to download them from Twitch. And Twitch, whenever you download them from Twitch, Twitch includes all of the times you, like, for instance, lost connection or had a bit of latency problems or something like that. And that doesn't look the best ever, so, but, I've already forgotten to start recording this one, so it's too late. Just, I'll need to be reminded before next time. Right, let's get back to it. I'll drink this tea over time. Where have we not been? We've not talked to Wallace yet, but I don't know when we'll be able to. Let's go back to the foyer. We didn't check these out. It's a painting of a man with some sort of creature on his arm. Some text under it. Dr. Delbert Tarforce, a mage historian, archaeologist, anthropologist, and botanist. That's a lot of things. Best known for his work in studying the history of the ancient dragons. Through his work, great leaps were made in the study and development of the School of Evocation. On his arm is one of the last pseudo-dragons, which have now gone extinct. Oh no! I like him though, he's really cool. His art is different. The painting of a professor with some kind of magical tool. Some text under it. Dr. Paul Vuarella, also known as the archaeologist of the north. He invented the compass. He spent many years studying and exploring the mountainous regions of Shardalond. I got there. And through his investigation he came upon one of the many layers of the Scared Lord. He was honoured both by the Church and the Wyvern Guard Historical Society for this impressive discovery. That's cool. It's a statue. There's some writing on the platform it's on. Gillian Chemnitz, the inventor of early artificery. So this is the guy. This guy is the one who invented it. Who'd have thought we could use machines to harness magical energy? Artificery is truly a marvelous invention. With it, anyone can utilize the convenience of magic without having noble blood. Expensive owning artificery present their own barrier. But that expression on his statue kind of looks like he doesn't want to be here, although his statue is huge. Does give off that attitude, doesn't he? He does a bit. I like his kind of shaggy appearance. Anything else in there? Take magic! Alright, never mind. Alright, let's move. Let's go to the barracks now. I think it's the only place we haven't been, really. Oh, what? Do we miss something? There's only one locked door that leads to the cell. I think we've already,
Repario Arcanum.
I think we've already detected all this. Where have I not been? Did something change? Have I not been here? Oh, you spot Valentina again. She's speaking to someone in a blue-collar uniform. Could he be the custodian that she mentioned? Oh, I like this guy. Valentina Ianna's question mark? Why is this question mark? Jan, where have you been? You still haven't fixed the plumbing in the kitchen sinks. Oh, is that the twin sister, maybe?
Someone just died. Can't we take the day off for once?
Causing trouble for me and Valentina. Please be reasonable. Yeah, this is the sister. Wait, why is Valentina suddenly speaking in the third person? Oh, hello. Valentina? Oh, my apologies. I can see why you're confused. I'm not Valentina. I'm her sister, Valerie. Cool. She's just as damn cute. Why are they all so cute? Are you trying to trick us or something? You look exactly the same. I mean, like this before. You two are identical twins, aren't you? You're both genetically identical to each other. Yes, we are. It means that she was the one who discovered the body alongside Valentina. Since we have you here, do you mind if we ask you some questions about what happened? Well, your voice of Jan is great, is it? Yes, great. Correct. I'm terribly sorry. I've already spent a lot of time looking for Jan here. I'm really behind on my work. You look shifty as hell. But Jan was also nearby when we discovered the body. I'm sure you can answer your questions. Before you have a chance to object, Valerie quickly walks away. Those two are sus as hell. Oh, wait! Do you want me to go after her? I'm pretty sure I can catch up to her. No, we don't want to scare those two any more than we already have.
Hello.
Anyway, Valerie said that Jan was around when the murder happened. Maybe he saw something. He reminds me of a Snorlax. I think it's just the I think it's the eyebrows and the width. Jan, was it? Do you mind if we ask you a few questions about what happened?
Oh, really? Well, whatever. At least I have an excuse to take a break now.
Ooh. So, Jan, are you a part of the staff here?
Yep, I'm a janitor. I clean, and I do odd jobs here and there. Oi. Oi.
Well, apparently that's all he has to say about that. Valerie mentioned that you were close to Lecture Hall 2B before they found Bellwether. What were you doing when the twins discovered the body?
I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere.
Is it vase or vase? I don't know. Wait, you saw the professor before the twins arrived?
Yeah, like I said, she broke the vase right in the hallway. It was probably 20 to 30 minutes before the twins found the body.
That's convenient for me to know. You might have been the last person to see her alive. Did you see where she went after breaking the... excuse me, I think you'll find the person who killed her was the last person who saw her alive. Vase, I think. Okay. If I say vase again, leave the street.
Yeah, she went into that room over there.
Watch the lecture hall where Bellwether was found in. Did you see anyone else enter the lecture hall?
I'm honestly not sure. I was more worried about cleaning the mess she made.
Well, did you notice anything off about her?
She was in a pretty bad mood, but honestly that's pretty normal for her. She was walking real slow. I didn't notice her at first and she basically shoved me out of her way.
Oh, I bet she was already dead by this point. She was a zombie. She was a zombie by this point. She was 100% a zombie. I'm calling it. That's it. That is my hard call for this. She's already dead. He was walking slowly and she shoved him out of the way. I mean, she was already probably in a bad mood anyway, but...
After that, she knocked over the vase. I didn't even say anything after that, but she still yelled at me to be quiet.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. I may have already been disproven. Did you see where she went after that?
Not really, but the only thing is that the only thing in that direction is Lecture Hall 2B. I can't imagine her going anywhere else.
30 minutes before the Iannis twins found the body, Bellwether walked past Jan in the messing hall. He was in a path, so she shoved him out of the way. Knocked her over a vase and shattered it. Even though Jan didn't say anything to her, she yelled at him to be quiet. After this interaction, she walked into Lecture Hall 2B. I feel like this series of events is extremely important, but I don't know why yet.
He had a bad relationship with just about everyone. Students, the other teachers. I can't think of many people who actually did get along with her.
I'm sure you had your own share of bad experiences with her.
Yeah, she'd always yell at me when I was taking too long to get a job done. I hate to say it, but things are a lot more peaceful around here without her.
It's only been one day, mate. That's blunt, to say the least. I don't exactly blame you for thinking that. Valentina mentioned something interesting. Did he tell you that Bellwether was going to fire the academy staff?
Yeah, I remember that.
What made you think that she was going to do something like that?
You know those arcane constructs in the library? Bellwether was the one that ordered them.
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
Well, a few weeks ago I heard a meeting that she was having with the headmaster. Well, I heard she was planning to order more constructs and entirely replace the staff.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure the headmaster rejected...
Oh, I'm sure the headmaster rejected a proposal.
I don't know. From the way she was talking, it sounded like he didn't have a say in the matter.
Only the headmaster would have the authority to fire the staff. How would she be that confident?
Dunno. All I know is that she hated having common folk in the schools, even among the staff. She was really miffed that he was hiring common folk from the community centre.
Okay. Huh. She clearly had more power than the headmaster did in his own school. Maybe that would be a good reason for the headmaster to want her dead. Maybe she sort of wanted to take over. I don't know, but he was 88. I mean, he might as well retire at that point, right? I can't keep... I don't know why I'm convinced that the headmaster did it, but then he is 88, and I don't know, like, if you were that old, you wouldn't really feel a need to kill anyone, would you? I haven't seen Agatha Christie or Poirot. I'm sure there were 88-year-olds who killed in that. I don't know. You might still feel sprightly, but my granddad is 93, and he's nowhere near as sprightly as that. That's enough.
Repario Arcanum.
Nothing in here. It's the entrance to a lecture hall. It also says lecture hall 2D. That's 2C. Is that 2B then? That's lecture hall 2B. This is the lecture hall where Bellwether's body was found. Okay, we're kind of expecting to find something on that then.
Repario Arcanum.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. There's nothing else. Not even the window. Usually they comment, oh, there's a window here. Interesting we had one for each different one. Maybe we're going to come back here. I don't know. Presents.
Oh, I'm a lot for getting me this job. I suppose these things never last.
Okay, that was just a thing. Don't these?
I really hope we don't just lose our jobs to these constructs.
But if there's any silver lining to Bellwether's death, it's that she can't carry out her plan.
That's kind of heartless, man.
While I do want to catch the real murderer, I don't have much pity for people who abuse positions of power.
Well, I can't blame you. I'm sure many people feel the same way.
Cool. I'm sure you're right. Anything I need to present here? Are you aware of the foul smell in lecture hall 2B?
Yeah, luckily, Aria isn't letting anyone into the lecture hall till the investigation's over. But I'll probably have to get to it eventually. Alchemical mess is always a pain to clear up. I'm not looking forward to that. I wonder if Aria can help me out like she used to.
Wait, do you personally know Prosecutor Steelwind?
She studied here a few years ago. She'd always help me out using her magic. I miss that.
A few years ago? Isn't she like 18? Let's go back here. Hello. Do I have to present anything to you? This? Oh. This? Oh. Where can I go? Still haven't met up with Wallace yet. He's here. There we go. Okay, it was just Jan we had to speak to. It's over, my life is over. I'm Wallace. Beep, who are you? What do you want? Wallace, it's Celeste and Tyrion. From the library, remember? No, right. How are you doing? Apparently not well. Please tell me you're going to get me out of here. I keep telling them I didn't do it. But they still won't let me go. I'm sorry, Wallace. But they found traces of necromancy magic on the body. And because of that, they're going to push your case to trial. What? This can't be happening. I can't breathe. Walls are closing in! Mama Spaghetti! Please calm down. We know that you're innocent. And with that said, would you like me to represent you in court? Oh, right. You said that you were a lawyer. But I don't really have any money to pay you with. Don't worry about that. But now let's just focus on getting you acquitted. What? Seriously want to help me? Oh, he wants something from me, but... Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyways. It's not like I have anything else to lose. That's not exactly the reaction you were expecting. At least he's cooperating. Cool. Hello, alibi. I don't understand. You know, I was with you in the library the entire time. Why do they still think I'm a murderer? Makes no sense unless... You told the Inquisition, right? Did you tell them I'm innocent? Did they frame me? We did, but as we said before, there's traces of necromancy on the body. With the state of the body, they believe that she was murdered with a necromancy spell. Apparently that makes you their prime suspect. Suspect? There you go, Iris is coming in. I see. Wallace, we heard that's the type of magic that you're studying. Don't worry. Headmaster explained it to us already. You just want to use necromancy to become a doctor, right? I understand that you have reservations about talking about your magic, but in order to build a case for you, I need your spell compendium. I don't have one. I know. Eris already told us about that. That's what she gave us a blank one for you to attune to. Do I have to? It's your life on the line, and we need all the information we can get to help you. Sorry, you're right. I'll attune to it. Formulas for the following spells: Prestidigitation, classic. Mend wounds, classic. It's not called the same thing. Illusory disguise. Okay, cool. Revive, animate corpse, and necrotic blight. Oh, so he does have animate corpse. And revive. And illusory disguise. That's bad. Because we know an illusion spell was cast near the body. And that probably doesn't help either. I imagine this is just a necromancy spell that doesn't leave any wounds. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we get to read all of them. Yeah, I think we read that one before. Heals the wounds of the target over the casting time. Wounds on the target are magically healed without leaving any scars or bruises. Cool. Right. The spell can't restore missing limbs, not going to revive someone who's already died. But it doesn't leave any scars or bruises. I think that's what happened. I think she was stabbed or something, and then Mend Wounds was cast. That's the necromancy spell, but I bet that's the only one, really. This illusion on the target is completely change their visual appearance. The disguise moves with the target for the duration. Oh, who's this handsome fella? The disguise can make the target look 1 foot larger or smaller. Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible. What? Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible. Okay, the elements created by the spell are purely visual. You cannot make physical contact with it. Okay. Incantation is Illusio, really? 1 hour concentration, no. Oh, no concentration on that. Interesting. Fills the target with life energy in an attempt to resuscitate them. It does not heal wounds sustained. Results may vary, but it cannot resuscitate someone who has been dead for more than a minute. Okay, so probably wasn't this. I think maybe this is actually a red herring. Reanimates the target using life energy, creating undead minion for the duration. It lasts for 8 hours. Minion follows the caster's orders but has limited intelligence and I cannot speak. Can't speak. Okay, that debunks my theory from earlier. But damn it. The minion can end the spell prematurely, but will only do so if ordered to by the caster. Oh wait! The be quiet could have come from one of the bots. Because it speaks using her voice. Maybe? That's possible. I feel like that's... I knew that was going to be important earlier, and I bet that's how it's important. Once the spell is ended, the undead will return to being a dead body. Minion can end the spell and presumably return to anyone doing so if ordered to by the caster. Interesting. Okay. Pulls all of the life energy from the target, resulting in an instant death. Okay, the spell does not wound the target, nor does it leave any physical evidence, but it still leaves a magical trace. So this is Avada Kedavra. That's just straight up Avada Kedavra. That's great. That's wonderful. But the incantation is Blighto, which is slightly less cool than Avada Kedavra. Okay. Yeah, you do you. Point index finger, love that. Die. Blighto, 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 Blighto. A Blighto. That's great. You understand the reason why he's studying this type of magic, but the spells in this compendium are still pretty gruesome. And this kid has access to it. Yeah, I'm scared of him. He can Blighto me at any good moment. It's a little terrifying that spells like this even exist. Sorry, I know I was being difficult. A long time ago, I showed my compendium to someone I trusted. After she saw my necromancy spell, she told everyone in the academy. It's also when Professor Bellwether started coming after me. I'm sorry. That must have been hard on you. I really did the wrong voice there. I'm sorry, that must have been hard on you. But at least you had Eris. Yeah, I did. I don't think he actually knows Eris. How did you and Eris become friends anyways? Another hint of fear from her. She's definitely scared of Eris. Yes. Oh, it's a bit of a strange story. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker, and they'd switch it with another one on another locker. I thought it was funny whenever the owner got angry with me. Eris had a bit of a reputation around our school. Not sure why, but everyone was scared of her, even the students from the nobility. It was probably due to some baseless rumors. One day, someone switched my nameplate with hers. I was so scared when she approached me, I couldn't even say anything. She didn't get angry like the others. She just apologized and gave me back my nameplate. After that, she randomly started talking to me whenever she saw me. We became friends after that. That's nice. It's a good thing he was able to find a friend in a place like that. Okay, never mind. Alright, cool. So I have to ask, if it's caused you so much trouble, why are you still studying necromancy? I want to use it to become a doctor. The headmaster told us the same thing. You could have just stopped after learning the healing spells. Why are you learning spells that can steal people's life force and raise undead? Life and death are two sides of the same coin. You can't buy much with that coin, but anyway, that's the key principle behind necromancy. The first undead was actually a failed attempt to resurrect a human using magic. Wow, I never knew that. Right now, basic necromancy can only heal injuries and wounds, but it can't do anything for diseases or deformities. If I could just keep studying, I know I can create a new type of necromancy. One that can cure diseases and save lives. This kid's alright. Specifically wants to cure diseases. Did something happen to him to motivate him that much? Yeah, I bet. I don't remember something like that. I think I can already guess the answer to this question, but how was your relationship with Catherine Bellwether? It's exactly what you would expect. Sadness and anger, which is sometimes horny. After word got out that I was studying, Professor Bellwether would always target me. She'd start yelling at me for the smallest mistakes. She'd do that to some of the other students too, and then she'd focus on the ones that were poor like me. That's terrible. I'd wake up each day dreading the possibility that she'd notice me in the hallways. I knew how to avoid her and stay out of the way, but sometimes she'd just come looking for me. I can't believe that after everything she did, she's just gone. I must have mixed emotions about what happened. I honestly don't know how to feel about it. To be honest, I always wish she would just disappear. Now that it's finally happened, I feel even more afraid. She's come out from the grave to haunt me. I think I'm starting to put things together now. Have you figured something out? Yeah, I just need to take some time to think through everything. The prosecution wants to implicate Wallace despite his alibi. They wouldn't have a reason to do this unless the evidence heavily implicated him. How does the evidence implicate Wallace? We've learned that Wallace is a necromancer. He's the only person in the academy that's capable of high-level necromancy. Magical trace of necromancy was found on the body. There's a trace of necromancy on the body. This means that they think Wallace used one of his necromancy spells. Even without seeing the traces, it's pretty obvious that magic was used on the body. Right, because there aren't any wounds on it, and the autopsy report found no signs of poison or disease. The spell that they think Wallace used. If I knew Prosecutor Steelwood, she probably already has a theory on which spell he might have used. The prosecution will probably argue that Wallace used one of his spells to kill Bellwether. It's probably Necrotic Blight, seeing as that's the only one that does damage. They'll probably say that he used Necrotic Blight. That makes sense. Necrotic Blight would have drained the life force from her body. Full of blood when Catherine Bellwether's body was strange because she wouldn't have been wounded by Necrotic Blight. Yes, exactly. But that's where the contradiction lies. Let's suppose that Wallace did kill Bellwether using Necrotic Blight. We're saying this right in front of him. There's something at the crime scene that wouldn't be there if that were true. We were just told this, but alright. Bellwether's body was found in blood. Still wouldn't probably argue that the body is used to put a blade. Oh, something on the body? Was covered in blood? Covered in blood? Oh, no. No, the floor, sorry. The floor. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it's a little bit touchy. There we go. Oh, god damn it, that's not the thing! In blood? In blood, right? What is wrong with the crime scene? Bellwether's body was found in blood? Am I an idiot? What's going on? Bellwether's floor, employee, spell compendium, body was covered in blood? Was missing in blood? That doesn't make any sense. What's wrong with the crime scene? Am I an idiot? I don't need this. But, found in blood. That's not the problem. I think we're on the right track, you just need the right wording. Missing blood? Covered in blood? I thought I did that! Did I not do that? I thought I did covered in blood! Did I not do... Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't matter now. Moving on. Did I miss any text? Nope. Narcotic Sprite is a spell that doesn't inflict any visible wounds. There shouldn't have been any blood on the body. But then what really happened? That's the last piece. If I had to guess, the information we need is being hidden by one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Valentina. She's definitely hiding something. Did you notice how she reacted when you said, when I asked you to scan the room? Yeah, she ran away. She didn't even try to be subtle about it. So yeah, I wonder what would have happened if I had done that before I asked her any questions, because I nearly did, but... Oh, would I have been able to answer any questions? With the way she reacted, I think she may have been trying to hide herself from your detect magic, which can only mean there's a magical trace on her. I wonder what she's trying to hide. There's only one way to find out. The next time you see her, could you subtly cast detect magic and scan her? Alright. It's been a while since we talked to her, and Valerie mentioned that they still have work to do today. Might be back in the Academy's kitchen now. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this! And by do this, I mean chug the rest of my tea. Those two are finally gone. I can finally get some cleaning done. Okay, there she is. Use detect magic to scan her from here. Oh, that's the wrong voice, but oh well. Right, just don't shout the incantation like you always do. I know that. Alright, here goes. Repario Arcanum. What the... What is it? There's a trace of magic on her. I knew it. Which school of magic is it? It's necromancy. There's a trace of necromancy on her. What? Magical trace of necromancy on her. Someone cast a necromancy spell on her within the last 48 hours. Interesting. I thought it might be illusion or something like that, but necromancy is very fascinating. Heal wounds, maybe? I don't know. What do we do now? Still not sure how this fits in with everything. Now, let's talk to her and see if we can get more information out of her. If all else fails, we can confront her with the evidence we have. Oh, it's you two again! They're back! Just relax, all I have to do is repeat what I told them last time. Actually, I prefer that won't work this time. Magic on the body? Missy Ernest, do you know that there's a trace of necromancy on Bellwether's body? That's what he used to kill the professor, right? A necromancy spell? That's the thing, if that were true, a lot of evidence we found doesn't make any sense. I think someone else cast a spell on the body. Oh! Is it possible that you saw someone use magic on Bellwether? No, definitely not. Calm down, there's no way they know. Okay, cool. Can't I present this? No, okay, I guess not. Let's just do the argument. Clearly knows more than she's letting on. She found the body alongside her sister. It reacted strangely when you mentioned that someone may have used magic on the body. What's she hiding? Yes, let's do this. I'm gonna fuck her up. Just kidding. But I am.
No, Missy, honest, from the very beginning I feel like you've been hiding something. Ugh, I'm burping a lot because of tea. From us.
I'm more concerned with protecting herself than doing the right thing. She'll continue to hide the secret unless she thinks that you're doing so is dangerous from her. She sees Wallace as a villainous necromancer. I will not feel pity for him. Now, I keep clicking on this and it keeps advancing the text.
I told you that the knights know everything I know. I've got nothing to hide.
I think intuition is probably the best thing. No. Oh wait, no. You need to stay calm. But you're not staying calm. Using this against claims that contradict thoughts seen through the eye. It's not.
Missy, honest, what you're saying, what you're thinking are clearly different. What does that even mean?
Oh, well, I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm telling the truth. Did I not? I did the wrong thing, but I didn't lose any HP. Contradicts. Oh, that's right.
Missy, honest, it's clear to anyone how nervous you are. You practically see the fear you're emanating right now.
I can, literally, but I'm not going to admit that.
Just tell us the truth. It'll be a lot easier for the both of us. Let's say I were hiding something. Which I'm not, by the way.
I'll tell you anything.
Why should I tell you anything? I know my rights.
My client is innocent. Yeah, she won't like that. She doesn't like Wallace. I then lose by telling us what happened. I know that you're not the murderer. I'll make sure you're protected. Giving your statement to the Inquisition. If the streets come out, what do you think they'll realize when you lie to them? I think maybe threaten. Continue to hide her secrets unless she thinks that doing so is dangerous for her. This is might tell her that it's dangerous. Although this will also say that I'm going to protect her, so I think it's either of these two. I mean, she could be the murderer, I don't know.
You have nothing to lose by telling us what happened.
I know that you're not the murderer, and I'll make sure you're protected.
Why should I ever trust you? I just met you today.
Damn it! Then,
you've already given your statement to the Inquisition. The truth comes out.
The truth come out? Does Bruno Mars is gay?
What do you think they'll do when they realize you lied to them? Oh! Who are you protecting, Missy Arnis? You talk a big game, but I bet you can't actually prove anything, can you? You think I'm lying to protect someone?
I don't know anyone who can use magic.
I don't even know any mages. I definitely didn't see anyone using magic on the body.
That's just nonsense. I don't remember why. How do I know that's nonsense? Oh, this?
You can't hide the truth from us, Missy Arnis. But what? You said that you've never even seen a necromancy spell before. But if that were true, then why is there a trace of necromancy on you? Wait, what? There's a trace of necromancy on me?
Argument 1. Okay, that'll do. Did she not know about the spell that was cast on her? No, that doesn't make any sense. If she didn't know about the trace, she wouldn't have avoided Celeste back then. There must be an explanation for this. Successfully argued against Valentina Yanis. Hello. Maybe she didn't know it was necromancy, but maybe she thought it was a different spell.
This is crazy! Why is there no trace of necromancy on me? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna become a zombie?
Yes. That's strange. Is she really unaware that a spell was cast on her? She's playing dumb. Why doesn't Valentina know that the spell was necromancy? She knows that someone used magic on her, but she doesn't know that the spell was necromancy. The spell cast. Not cast. Valentina. Healed her? That was a guess. But my reasoning for that guess is that healing magic isn't often known to be necromancy, so it's probably that, right?
Calm down, Lucianus. Not all necromancy spells relate to the undead. Healing spells are also from the school of necromancy.
From the time she had healed that cat.
Healing spells?
She then applies to it. She also knows a mage who studies healing magic. Good guess. Thank you, Sticky Spirit. Yay! Could that person be a student here?
Sorry, I just remembered that there's something else I have to do. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right. Hey, come back here!
Oh, she ran away again. I can catch her. There's no way she can outrun me.
No, the Inquisition is still stationed around the surrounding areas. They'd probably intervene if we started harassing one of the witnesses. Ah, that's true. But we weren't able to learn anything. Actually, I did learn one thing. He has a friend who can cast a healing spell on her. Really? How did you figure that out? Good deductive reasoning. Wow. Well, healing magic is a form of necromancy, right? I guess that explains the trace on her. Good thing we know Wallace. Otherwise, we might have also thought that our necromancer was trying to kill her. Wait a minute. That's it! What? Did you figure something out? This whole time we've been wondering why there's a trait of necromancy on the body. It isn't because something attacked Bellwether with a necromancy spell. It's because someone used necromancy to try to heal her. Oh, I see. It doesn't matter what type of necromancy spell someone uses. Spells from the same school are magically the same type of trait. I've been saying that this whole time! It's not just that. The body clearly has blood on it. What would happen if someone used a healing spell on a wounded body? It would close all that body's wounds. In other words, it would remove any cuts or bruises. Well, interrogating Valentina might have been a dead end, but it still gave us just what we needed to win this case. I'm not so sure that was a dead end. What do you mean? Well, that's suspicious that she asked someone to try to heal her if she injured herself. But if it's only that, why would she go through much trouble to hide it? It's too coincidental. The wounds on the body were healed by an unknown person. The person who found the body is hiding the identity of a healer. They have to be the same person. I guess that makes sense. So what do we do now? Valentina is definitely onto us. I doubt we'll get a third chance to speak with her. Hopefully, what we have now is enough to acquit Wallace. Done everything you can. You learn to poke holes in the prosecution case. If that doesn't work, you can drag Valentina onto the witness stand and pull the truth out of her. Just hope what she's hiding is enough to acquit Wallace. Okay. You know what? Maybe I will. Who's this? I demand to know why you're still holding on to my rapier. It's a precious family heirloom and I want it back. It's evidence in the current case. Evidence? The professor was killed with necromancy. Was she, though? Why are you asking me? You're the one who's investigating this? I suppose it doesn't matter. Just know that I will bring her murderer to justice, no matter who it may be. I don't like this bitch. She's a bitch. A second bitch. In one case? Two bitches, one case? Incredible. That's what this case should have been called. Two bitches, one case. I think it would have been peak. Although it wouldn't have taken long for it only to be one bitch. Alright, it's time for the trial. Take deep breaths and relax. Hi, Tyrion. Ah, Celeste! Don't sneak up on me like that. Why are you so nervous? Well, as if this is your first time defending someone. I can't help it. There's something about this building that just fills me with anxiety. That's too bad Ruby couldn't make it. I'd say that you should calm down for Wallace's sake, but there's so many people here, and they're still staring at me. Their eyes are prying into me like a pack of flesh-eating maggots. Gross. Don't worry about me, Wallace. Oh, don't worry about me, Wallace. Our investigation revealed a lot of weaknesses in the prosecution's case. We have a strong case for your acquittal. Okay. See, you can be confident when you need to be. Strange, something calming about Wallace's anxiety. It's like he just absorbs the tension out of you and into himself. Poor kid. Poor baby boy. I love this guy. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. I've got that I look like this. Very well. Let's commence the proceedings. Prosecutor, someone, can you bring this to cover? The defendant is a student at the Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy. Mr. Nightgrave is charged with first-degree murder, negligent misuse of the arcane art, and illegal practice of advanced necromancy. Necromancer? Do you want to tell me that the defendant is a necromancer?
I can't believe it. A necromancer in this day and age. How could the kingdom with this happen?
Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that we should view my client objectively.
Of course, but one can probably stay for this process. Necromancy plays a large role in these charges.
Indeed, the crime occurred within the academy this morning. This morning? Why do people keep saying yesterday? How is it still this morning? How many... time is a weird concept in this universe, I think. We were studying, a few hours past while we were studying, a few hours past while we were in lockdown, a few hours past when we were being interviewed by the police, and then presumably a few hours more passed while we were doing our own investigation, where we travelled to and from places. And also, during that time, someone said yesterday. How much fucking time has passed? The crime occurred within the academy this fucking morning. Are you kidding? The academy is Catherine Bellwether, a professor at the school. Although there are no witnesses, traces of necromancy were detected on the body. Furthermore, the autopsy report shows that the body has no physical wounds. Necromancy is the only type of magic that can harm an individual without physically wounding them. Additionally, the alchemist report shows no signs of poison or disease. Nobody knows. I didn't notice that. Yeah. I guess it's as good as mine. Am I the only one who's noticed that the time in this universe is just nonsense? Don't worry about it. Or the beginning of this case happened at like 6 AM. There was no other alternative. Shows no signs of poison or disease. However, he already got an alchemist report as well. That was bloody quick. Therefore, one can only conclude that a necromancer had committed the crime. As many of you know, necromancy is held under high scrutiny by the Crown. Aside from the defendant, no other students up were permitted to learn advanced necrotic magic. As such, the defendant was the only mage in that building capable of committing the murder. Okay, that is certainly compelling evidence. To properly present our case, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orem White to the stand. More French! More French! Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings. Yeah. Witness testimony. You studied when a city was watch got a call from the Imperial Academy. Someone was attacked and the whole building was put on lockdown. We set up a perimeter around the area and waited for a lockdown system to deactivate. When we finally got into the building, the prosecutor personally inspected the body and detected traces of necromancy on it. There were no cuts or bruises on the body either. The entire body was clean. With those two pieces of evidence, we concluded that it could only be the necromancer kid that did it. Inquisition's testimony is just as you expected. You've already found and identified the holes in Steelwind's case. All you have to do is find that hole in the commander's testimony. You may begin your question. Yeah, I already know what's bullshit about this little fucking nugget. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, cool, yeah, good. Entire body was clean. Did she take a shower after she died? Gosh. Could you imagine? Oh, what could be wrong about this statement? Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah. A blood.
Objection!
Commander White, it appears that you've neglected to mention one key detail of the crime scene.
Yes, and what is that?
During your testimony, you said that the entire body was clean. I will admit that there weren't any wounds on the body. However, the body was not entirely clean. At the scene of the crime, there was a large pool of blood located where the body was. This blood came from the victim's body, and it was definitely not clean like the commander testified.
I think some people have just arrived home because the dogs have just gone crazy. I'm sorry, Mr. Command, but I've heard to see this from difficulty. How? This judge is so stupid. How many cases have you worked, Mr. Judge? I'd like to oh wait, wrong voice.
I'd like to remind the court of the prosecution's case against my client. They're accusing him of murdering the victim using necrotic blight, a spell which would not have physically wounded the victim. Why was there any blood at all?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact still stands. There were no wounds on the body, nor were there any reports of poison or disease on the autopsy. There are clearly magical elements in this case.
But Catherine Bellwether was bleeding profusely at some point. How else would there be blood stain on the body? Do you have any explanation for that, Miss Steelwind?
No, I'll admit that the prosecution does not have an explanation for that. While I do find the circumstances questionable, all other evidence clearly points to the defendant. If the victim wasn't killed with necromancy, why was there a trace of it on the body?
I'm glad you asked.
I'd like to present a spell that could have left a trace of necromancy on the body. Any other necromancy spell? That would work, that would work. That's evocation. That works. Well, any of these four, but we're gonna go with this one. Man, boom! Look, we have a bomb, but isn't that a healing spell?
Mr. Judge, is healing a school of magic? No? Nice brain cells you've got there, Mr. Judge.
That's correct, Your Honor. Spells from the School of Necromancy can control the forces of death and life. Mend Wounds is in fact a necromancy spell. Really now, I wasn't aware of this because I have one brain cell. I'm a fucking idiot. Now I'd like the court to consider the following. What would happen if Bellwether was wounded and someone attempted to heal her using mend wounds? All of her wounds would disappear from her body.
Objection!
Objection. Do you honestly think that I'm incompetent, Mr. Cuthbert? Frankly, I'm a little insulted. What? The Inquisition is well aware of what happens when a mage attempts to save a victim using mend wounds. The healers that arrived on the scene already confirmed that the victim was long dead. None of them attempted to heal her. Well, what if someone tried to heal her and didn't report it? Please, none of the healers would have anything to gain by doing so. In fact, as a necromancer, the defendant could have easily carried out the described scenario. He could have cast mend wounds on the victim after murdering her to confound the investigation. At the end of the day, the burden of the proof is on you. If you could just find out who healed the body, this case is yours. Whoever this healer is, Valentina definitely knows her. Your Honor, I will admit that I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, I do believe that we can bring it to light. There may have been two people who witnessed someone cast magic on the body. Valentina and Valerie Iannis, the sisters who discovered the body. This is nonsense. We've already questioned those two witnesses extensively. If they had witnessed something like that, it would have come up in their testimony. Testimony? If that's true, then you have nothing to lose by hearing their testimonies. Very well, if you're so competent, let's hear the witness's testimony. Improve the prosecution and objection. However, this kind of questioning leads nowhere. I see no reason to prolong this part. Do you understand, Mr. Cuthbert? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sad that Mr. Policeman only had a couple of lines. I only got to do French from him for a bit. Oh crap, it's that guy from before. Is he the necromancer's lawyer? She can't understand, she's always stressed out. I love this girl, she's so cute. It could work in your favour. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. My name? Witness, there's no need to be so nervous. We merely want to hear about what you saw on the day of the murder. But right, it's just like that guy over there, you mean Mr. Cuthbert? Does this man harass you, witness? Wait a minute. Yeah, he super harassed me. I expect a member of our justice to bribe more customer. Oh, shut up. Anyways, please state your name and occupation for the court, Mr. Iannis. Calm down, he can't prove private or anything. My name is Valentina Iannis. I'm a member of the kitchen staff at the Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy. As I recall, you were one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Apparently, the defense found your involvement suspect. Rest assured, Mr. Iannis, in this courtroom you will be protected from Mr. Cuthbert's harassment. Ugh. Now please testify to the court on what happened that day. Yeah. In what way did we harass her exactly? We had an argument. I was walking with my sister in the West Wing when we noticed something in a nearby classroom. We looked over to see what it was. That's when we saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood. While my sister did that, I used an emergency communication device to call for help. It was too late. By the time her bleeding stopped, she'd already lost too much blood. If your theory is true, that means she just lied in her testimony. She's definitely holding something back. She definitely saw more than she's letting on. His voice is just me going blah, 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 and then I give up. Let's press. Where were you two coming from? We came from the kitchen. We were taking a break after the lunch rush. Cafeteria is on the west side of the academy. Believable that they would be on the side of the building. What did you see in the classroom, Mr. Iannis? Did you notice anything strange in the lecture hall? Well, there was that terrible smell. It was awful. I almost couldn't see because of how much I was tearing up. Other than that, I was mostly focused on the professor. Makes sense, it would be hard to notice anything else. Tried to help her? Miss Iannis, how exactly did your sister try to help Miss Bellwether? What? Oh, I slipped up. Yeah, you did. My sister used first aid to try to stop the bleeding. I see. Could you please add that detail to your testimony? Yeah, sure. She used first aid and applied pressure to the wound to stop the bleeding. But there was no wound. I'll press again. Your sister knows how to use a first aid kit. Yeah, it was covered in our training when we first started working. With all the nobles around, I guess the headmaster wants to make sure we were prepared. Device. It's an artificial device that allows for long-range communication. Some of those devices were planted around the school for use during an emergency. I see, so who did you contact? I wasn't sure, honestly. Clearly a lot of people talking on the other end. A particular device broadcast to the headmaster's office and the city watch barracks. I imagine that's why the headmaster was able to activate the lockdown so quickly. I see. That must have been a difficult experience for both of you. It was especially hard on my sister. I think she blames herself for not being able to save her. We didn't like Professor Bellwether, but we still didn't want her to die. She seems sincere when she says that. You don't see any dissonant thoughts with the eye either. Also, her testimony makes a lot of sense. It's hard to figure out what parts she might be lying about. Mend wounds on Bellwether. Okay, cool. I think it's that she couldn't have applied pressure to the wound. If I present... cure wounds? Or the fact that there were no cuts or bruising? Objection! Yeah, okay, cool. Witness, what is the meaning of this? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Maybe I can elaborate, Miss Giannis. You weren't present in the gallery earlier, were you? No, I was waiting in the lobby. Miss Steelwood told me to wait there. Well, I suppose I should consider myself lucky. You see, Miss Giannis, one key element of this case is that the body didn't have any wounds on it. Yes, so? So please explain to the court, Miss Giannis. How did Valerie apply first aid when there shouldn't have been any wounds on the body? What? Oh no, it's good up. I saw that wound on her. What happened? I'm sorry something I messed up. I'm sorry I don't fully understand the implications of that. Are you okay with the witness? Sometimes they say as close to the truth as possible while changing minute details. In her thoughts, Alice insisted that she was sure she saw a wound on the Bellwether. She also mentioned Valerie was the one who tried to save the professor. She didn't try to sell Bellwether the first aid, she could have used magic instead. Her sister could be the major you're looking for. The witness was lying, Your Honor, but not about everything. Valerie Giannis did try to save the victim's life by addressing her wounds, but she didn't use first aid, she used magic. No, he found us out.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, your theory is completely flawed. How so, Miss Steelwind? Well, it's quite simple. We've already verified that neither of the sisters are mages. What? Wait, how can you be so sure? During the investigation, we had both the Giannis sisters attuned to a spell compendium, standard procedure for the Inquisition when interviewing witnesses. And that means... That's correct. Neither of the Giannis sisters could attune to a compendium. That's right, that's right, the Inquisition checked us both. Neither of us are mages. Phew, that was close. What were you wrong about? Were you wrong about Valerie being a mage then? No, that can't be right. Thought said he found us out. That means you were on the right track. Valerie has to be the mage you're looking for. Is it possible for a mage to hold a spell compendium and avoid attuning to it? No, it just needs to be on their person. When I was arrested, the Inquisition also made me attune to one of their spell compendiums. They were really careful to make sure I did the attunement correctly. No way for a mage to... Oh, sorry, I haven't been doing a voice for her. To avoid attuning to a companion with them watching you. Maybe Ned learned sometimes, but even he isn't that careless. Now if you're done, I do believe you have exhausted all your options. But wait, I'm still not done at cross-examining the witness. What you could possibly hope to glean from her testimony? Valentina should be stressed out enough to see more of her thoughts. I can't exactly say that you're planning to read her mind. There's one key element of her testimony that the court is overlooking. I have a right as an attorney to complete my cross-examination. Your Honor, the defense is clearly trying to buy time. I might make a matter of it. I also might that some elements of the testimony are quite peculiar. I will allow them. That was close. But now the thing will not talk about the comment. Nothing from sorry, I should change my voice for him. It's completely inaudible. No one knows what that's saying. Of course, Your Honor. Right, so nothing. You can't find anything by reading her mind. This whole case is finished. Witness, please give your testimony once more. Okay. Damn it, how long does they plan to keep me up here? Witness, testimony. Testimony. Like I said, my sister and I saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. We rushed over to her. I'm really surprised when I saw her like that. I've no idea what the judge is saying anymore. Yeah, sorry, I should read it better. Now that you mention it, I don't know if I saw any wounds on her, but I definitely saw blood. Can't go back on that now. I just need to play dumb. Okay. My sister tried to save her, but she didn't use any magic. Too kind-hearted for your own good. Neither of us are mages. Both of us held that book the knights gave us. They almost found us out. Commander was watching us the whole time. He can confirm it. It's a good thing that we're twins, or else that trick wouldn't have worked. Did they like swap places? Yeah, maybe the same... Yeah, maybe Valentina attuned to both of them somehow. Maybe they got to swap places. Interesting. What are we going to do? They have pretty hard proof that Valerie isn't a mage. Valerie is the mage we're looking for, I'm sure of it. Just not sure why they felt the need to lie to the Inquisition. How did they trick the Inquisition? I'm going to press on that last point, I think. Interpret?
Objection!
Is that right? Miss Giannis, your thoughts betray you. But what? You found the thought. They must have done something, but what? Must have happened when Professor White was interrogating them. Oren was the one who collected their statements. Did he notice anything off about their behavior? When he said they had a few quirks. Oh, that's why they were spinning around all the time. They were like running circles around him. But nothing too suspicious. Quirks! He told me that they were running and spinning around him during questioning. What does that mean? I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their co-worker murdered. Running and spinning. The thoughts also said it's a good thing that we're twins. Yeah, okay, I've got it. Valentina switched places with Valerie. Of course they switched places. Valentina attuned to the first spell compendium, and they pretended to be Valerie and attuned to a second one. Commander White couldn't tell the difference between them. Miss Giannis, there's something I want to confirm. During the investigation, both you and Valerie attuned to the spell compendium. Am I correct? Yeah, the knight watched us do it. And how did he have you do this? Did you both attune to the compendiums at the same time? Or did you attune one after another? But what? Does he know what we did? I fail to see how that makes any difference, Mr. Cuthbert. The spell compendiums would work regardless of what order they brought them. You may not be aware of this, Your Honor, but Valentina and Valerie Giannis are identical twins, which means that their physical appearances are nearly identical to each other. If Commander White didn't have them attuned at the same time, what would stop the twins from switching places with each other? Yep.
Objection!
This is clearly nothing but baseless conjecture. Oren wouldn't fail at such a basic task. Really, Prosecutor Steelwind, do you find it hard to believe that Commander White would fail at a task like this? Wait a minute, this is crazy! We didn't trick the Inquisition. Neither of us are mages. Then prove it, Miss Giannis. You and your sister will have her attuned to 2 spell compendiums at the same time. No, wait! Why don't we bring up to Steelwind that she said that they were spinning around each other? I'll change his voice. I still want to make it kind of but I'll do it like that. It's clear that we won't get anything unless we attend to the defences of theory. Bailiff, escort Valerie Giannis to the stand and bring 2 unattuned spell compendiums. Are these things expensive or rare or something? Valerie, hello. They both had their hands on these companions for the last 10 minutes. There's no way they can fake it in front of this many people. Alright, it's the moment of truth. You can only prove that your theory is correct. No, did he seriously? What is it, Professor Steelwind? What do you say? What I see is Commander White seeking new employment in the near future. It appears that the defense was correct. Valentina Giannis isn't a mage, but Valerie Giannis is. What's more, Valerie Giannis' compendium contains the main Mend Wound spell, which makes the defense's theory entirely plausible. Please, just allow me to explain. We shall allow you to explain what, exactly? You're an unregistered mage, and you and your sister have made fools out of all of us with your perjury. How could you know that what it's like, Lady Steelwind? What? You think we didn't notice your name? You're not like us, you don't have to hide. Whatever, this whole situation has got out of hand. I didn't think hiding it would cause so much trouble. I won't let someone go to prison because of me, even if he is the necromancer. Please let me testify about what I saw. I'll tell you what really happened that day. Very well. But understand that there will be repercussions for your actions, witness. Yes, I know. Cool, we're actually going to get some shit. Some truth. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the foyer, when I suddenly spotted the professor lying in a pool of blood in a nearby classroom. Valentina used a communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I thought that she was bleeding, so I cast Mend Wounds on her to close her wounds. It was too late. I closed the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead. There was a hole in her stomach? Your Honor, as you can clearly see from the witness's testimony, the trace of necromancy was left by the witness, not my client. What's more, it's clear that there was a physical wound on the body. I say, well... His words trail off. He doesn't want to pass a verdict when there's no clear culprit. He has no choice. The case against Wallace is predicated on Bellwether being killed by necromancy. With Valerie's testimony, the prosecution doesn't have a shred of evidence implicating him. Very well. The court sees no reason to prolong this trial. But there's no development. The court has no choice but to find Wallace Whitegrave not...
Objection!
I believe the court is ignoring one key detail of the witness's testimony. And what would that be, Miss Steelwind? Let's re-examine the witness's testimony. Valentina used a communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast mend wounds on her to close her wounds. It's too late. I managed to close the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead. The communication device that Valentina Iannis used logs the time of day during each use. From this log, we know that Valentina used this device at 3:04 PM. This was an hour after the time of death. Where are you going with this? Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found, Jan Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found.
I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere. What, 20-30 minutes before the twins found the body?
20 to 30 minutes before the body was found. Did you see the discrepancy, Mr. Cuthbert? Wait, that can't be right! Bellwether died more than an hour before the body was found. How did Jan see her half an hour after her death? I wonder, Mr. Cuthbert, how could one make a dead body move and walk around? No, you can't mean... There was more than one piece of evidence that pointed to a necromancer committing the crime. The defendant murdered the victim and used necromancy to animate her corpse. An undead created within the Imperial Academy. How reprehensible. That's ridiculous. She had a hole in her stomach when the twins found her. Jan Hughes would have noticed that. Animate corpse stops the flow of blood, so she wouldn't have tracked blood anywhere. Ah, okay, that's good to know. The defendant also proficient with illusion magic. He could have easily used an illusion spell to hide the undead Bellwether's wounds. But another party could have easily used illusion magic to disguise themselves as the victim. If that were true, how did they move the body to the classroom? Miss Bellwether, if your theory is true, it would mean that the murder occurred elsewhere. Would the Inquisition happen anywhere? Regrettably, we do not. Then the prosecution's case against my client is still faulty. You can't convict my client without more evidence. I agree with Mr. Cuthbert. With these no developments, the court sees it fit to suspend the trial for the time being. We will give law enforcement time to investigate these unknown. Court proceedings from this case will resume tomorrow morning. What is that? Hello. That's a good song, that, by the way. Hey, are you feeling okay? Body is seen moving around an hour after death. Clearly wasn't Bellwether, or at least barely she wasn't alive when this happened. So what was it? Tyrion? There's illusion magic involved, there has to be. Which spell was it? Could it have been an illusory disguise? Tyrion! What? You've been quiet since the trial ended. You're making me worried. Sorry, I was just thinking about what Steelwind said. You mean about her theory? A little creepy when you think about it. Do you think someone turned the professor into an undead? I don't think so. The prosecution's case is hinged on one clear fact, that Wallace was the only high-level necromancer nearby. We have to assume that she's the only person capable of using that type of magic. Then how was she walking around? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's a given that Wallace didn't touch the body, so we can discount the use of high-level necromancy. No matter what, someone used an illusion. There aren't any spells that can create freestanding illusions, not just disguises? I honestly don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows about that type of magic. Wait, didn't Era say that she was studying illusion magic? She might be able to help us if something like that is possible. Is that really a good idea? What do you mean? What if she's the one who created the illusion? Fear? What? Hear from her again. Celeste, are you scared of Eris? What? No! I saw it this morning too. You always seem to get really scared when she's around. Oh, I thought I was doing a better job of hiding it. Sorry, it's not based on anything real, but for years I've been working as a mercenary. When you do that kind of work, you build up an instinct to sense danger. You kind of have to if you want to stay alive. Sorry, I never knew. Tyrion, I fought literal monsters and barely escaped with my life. When I'm near Eris, none of those creatures come even close. I get this feeling. It's like I'm in front of a predator that I couldn't ever hope to beat. Every insect there tells me to run whenever she's close by. Really? But she doesn't seem that dangerous. I know, I think I'm just anxious or something. I should know better than anyone not to judge people by their appearance. Sorry, I forget I said anything. If you think we should talk to her, then we should do that. I don't want to discount Celeste's instincts. She's always been reliable, and if Eris is making her scared, that must mean something. But if Eris really is that dangerous, that's all the more reason to talk to her. But aside from that, there's also something else that the prosecutor said. Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found, Jan Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the... Ooh, another witness! She said, along with another witness. That means there was another witness that saw Bellwether walking around. Right, Jan probably isn't the most reliable witness, so talking to that other person might help us figure out what happened. Do you think Steelwind will tell us who that witness is? At this point, we won't lose anything by trying. It looks like you have good work cut out for you. Now then, where should we start first? Let's save your progress. Yes, cool. And I think we'll probably end the stream here. Ooh, in the cemetery. This was loads of fun though, guys. It was only like an hour and a half stream, honestly. No, 2.5 hours, my bad. But this feels like a good place to end. I feel like if we get started with this, we won't finish until like 11. No, it's like midnight. So I think we'll probably end it here. Glad you had fun, but I'll be playing this again on time tomorrow. I started a bit late today because I lost track of time a bit. But I'll be starting again tomorrow at on to the next section, so it makes sense to stop here. Yeah, it just feels like a good point to end. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be starting again tomorrow at 7 PM UTC +1, I believe is what I'm in. But just imagine 2.5 hours ago from now is when I'll start. Tomorrow. But yes.